Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some Slay the Spire, shall we? Picking up where we left off with our Complete Beginner's Guide run with the Watcher on Ascension 1, we're in Act 2. A few things I want to say. Number one, it's been quite a while since I have made a video in this series, so it's going to take me a second to not only get back into the deck, but also get back into just playing Slay the Spire, as I haven't played in a bit, but I really wanted to come back, continue the series, and just have some fun playing Slay the Spire. Also, I'm a little bit under the weather, so please excuse my voice, and if you hear me sneezing or anything like that. So, with all of those apologies out of the way, let's get into it. Let me show you the map. We are on Act 2, and we're going to be fighting a good buddy of ours, Chosen, here, and we are down here. We have 251 gold, which is actually a pretty good amount. There is a store up here if we wanted, or we could snag a store here. And I think I might actually try to take this early store. It gives us 250 is a good look at something nice right here. And we need perhaps something, and if we do get something really great, then we could maybe take this path here for 2 elites. If not, we just go 1 elite, take these 2 fires, and then maybe even this shop right here. Now, I could instead sandbag all my money and save up for this shop or even this shop down the road and really just go hog wild. But I like the idea of just getting something to help with Act 2 and help define our deck a little bit more. Speaking of our deck, let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got here. So we have not much more than the starter set. However, what we've been able to pick up are 2 empty bodies, so we can leave stance easily. We've got a Deva form, which is hilarious, and we'll talk about how the Deva form works with this deck, but it's going to be insane combining with our Ice Cream Cone. We also have a Reach Heaven, which is, nice for us to deal damage. This is good scroll for drawing. We have a couple of retain cards that, either do more damage or get cheaper as we retain, which is fine, and then that's basically it. We did take a follow-up. So, what about our relics? Well, we've got a Coffee Dripper, which means we get 4 energy, which, again, scales and combos, synergizes so nicely with this Ice Cream Cone. Also, the Miracles do really well with the Ice Cream Cone, because if you want to play it and not use the energy, you can, to just, have it done with if you need to do that. We also have taken our Gira for 3, meaning like we've been working out with the kettlebell, and our strength is increased by 3, so we just do, you could see, 9 damage with a strike instead of 6 because of the 3 strength from this. We have a Orichalcum, which gives us some block. For example, in this hand right here, we have no block, so that's very nice. And we have a Juzu Bracelet, which means that all of these question marks that we have on the map here, we can't get a fight. So that's good and bad, depending on what we're looking for, but it means, if you get really low, you can count on not having a fight, and we might get some really fun stuff here, so that's interesting. Now, we are fighting Looter and Mugger. This is a really bad fight to get early on, because these dudes do a ton of damage. And as you can see, we're just taking 20 damage. We can't drink, or we are drinking coffee, which means we can't rest at the campsite, is what I should say. However, we can drink potions and heal with our toy Ornithopter, and we do have a ancient potion if we want it. Now, I could erupt and then deal double damage, and actually, if I erupt, I'd have 2 energy left, 3 if I play this. then we could play these for 36 plus 12 is, 48. So what we could do is play this and then play these and kill this dude. We take double damage from my dude over here, but we take 20 anyway. And then what this means is we retain this, and next turn we would still have the miracle for extra energy, and we'd have this at 3, and it's going to be doing 46 damage. So we almost always kill this guy. Actually, we retain this, so we just have 3 right here, and then 2 plus 1 for 5. So this guy is dead next turn. So we get out of this taking 5. I think that, or 10 rather. That's the best we could do. Now we really only take 14 because of our Orichalcum. So what we're going to do is hit this guy in the face once and then twice. And now we've got this guy here, but it's okay. Now we could just play this now if we want to, because of our ice cream cone, but it's fine either way. So I'm just going to go ahead and end the turn. Alright, so we got smashed in the face, which is annoying, but we can bop this guy. So what we want to do is we just hit this guy right here for a ton, and then we miracle, and night-night. Okay, so we got our money back. And with the extra money, now we have 268 to spend at the shop, if we choose to go that way. And we get an explosive potion, which is great because it's AoE and it'll heal us. So love to see it. And, okay, what do we want to take? Well, we have a Simmering Fury. So at the start of your next turn, you enter Wrath and draw 2 cards. This is good. It's a, plan ahead kind of card. And we do have the Ice Cream. It's not really a card that I'm huge on. Like, I want to kill things as fast as possible, and it's a little slow. Nirvana says when you scry, you get block. This is okay. It's a little bit of reverse synergy with our Orichalcum. Inner Peace upgraded here means if we're calm, we draw 4 cards. Otherwise, enter calm. So this is a cool, flexible card in the sense that we draw 4 if you're already calm. And otherwise, you get to go into calm. And if you look at our deck right now, I'm just going to push D, bring up the deck. We have 1, 2 exit, stance, plus vigilance to get out of Wrath. What you're really always looking to do is, like, can I get out of Wrath? Now, on the flip side, we really only have 1 enter Wrath, which is not my favorite. I want more than that for sure. And we only have 1 enter calm. So this would give us another enter calm, and entering calm is so nice when you have something like this, because when you leave calm, you get those 2 energy, and it also can get you out of Wrath in an emergency, and if we just luck out and we're in calm, we get to draw 4 cards to plan. So I don't normally like this card a ton. It's pretty good, and don't get me wrong, but it's one of those cards where it's like, it's got a lot of contingencies, and just entering calm itself is nice. I don't know if it's necessarily worth 1, but it feels good to me because it's always nice to be able to escape being in Wrath, and with the Ice Cream Cone, I like it. And the fact that we're getting it upgraded just makes it more attractive. So now what do we want to do? I still like the idea of going to the shop. Alright. So what do we get here? Well, we lucked out because, well, do I really want the meal ticket? It's nice. There's some more shops on this line. I like stuff like this when I have something like Coffee Dripper to have more healing. It's really, really good. Now, Dolly's Mirror is like, hey, do you want to copy a card in your deck? Do I have a card that I'm excited about doing that with at the moment? Well, what will be my best card that I'm like, oh my gosh, I really want to... 2 Deva Forms is absolutely not necessary. I don't really have that card right now, where I'm super jazzed. I don't have anything that's upgraded beyond Inner Peace, and I certainly don't want a second of those. So I'm not going to take that right now. Bottled lightning, you know, is there some skill that I'm like super excited about getting? Nah, not really. So this is a weird one because I'm not super thrilled about many of these cards. I don't really want Prostrate because while Mantra is nice, I'm not building up to it, and gaining 4 block again, it doesn't work well here. Judgment is fun. It's a great way to just instantly kill someone. This is a kind of a cool card, but again, with this, it's not as good. But I'll tell you what's nice. We could buy a potion, heal, get that going. It's very good. We could buy this, actually, just to have a little bit of extra bite. Let's see. I could remove and judgment and not have enough to... Is there a card I want to remove? I mean, probably. Basic defend is always good to get out of here. I'm not, like, over the moon in love with Judgment. I can do 30 damage pretty reasonably. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove a defend, streamline the deck. The reason I'm able to do this is because we have 2 empty bodies, by the way. Like, you do still want defense, but we've got the empty body. And then I'm going to actually purchase the regen potion. And a wallop is actually kind of cool. Wallop, it doesn't work here, but it's one of those cards where, especially if, like, you know, you're in Wrath or something, this can be good. It is 2, which is expensive, but we do have 4 energy. I'll take it and mess around with it. It's not my favorite, but it's cool. Okay, this is great. So this is exactly what I wanted. The reason I went to the shop early is there's a card that I'm looking for in particular. I do not need to... At the library is a great event to get, and that's why the Juzu bracelet is so nice, because you get the opportunity to skip a fight and get a fortuitous event. You can get bad events, but this is a good one. And this would be a good emergency, but I'm not down enough for this to... Plus, I just bought a regen potion. I'm totally fine. I'm going to do this, and we get to pick a card out of 20. And there are some really, really nice cards here for us. So this is exactly what I'm looking for, is something like Crescendo. Anything... Consecrate's fine. Cut Through Fate is just a fantastic card. But I want as many things as I can get to bring me into Wrath so that I can kill things. I'm not, like, doing damage as quickly as I'd like, so I think I'll take a Crescendo. I want more Wrath. That's what I was looking for at the shop, to be honest, and luckily we got the library there. So let's go to the next event. Alright, this is cool. These guys want to fight, and they're going to get a fight. I'm not going to give them my gold. I don't actually have that much gold, so if you were scared of these dudes, you could just give them 81 gold and go on your way, but we can fight them and get ourselves a red mask. So here's what we're going to do. Right away, this guy wants to do 10 damage to us. This guy wants to debuff us. So we can... do some awesome stuff right here. This guy's got 30. Okay, so I am going to Explosive Potion. Now, this is not completely necessary, what I'm about to do. But I don't want him to... He plays a card that... his debuff, I believe, makes it so that it's harder for me to defend, which actually isn't that big of a deal. I'm going to Crescendo. And I'm going to wall up and just kill this guy. And we have a Miracle. And I'm going to just wreck this dude because he's lower. And I'm going to use my energy and just kill this guy. How about that? And then this guy dies to Sands of Time. So he did put on this, which makes it harder to block, but we don't care because we just do this. So that is the Watcher. For a moment, I was hesitating. I apologize, everyone. I haven't played in a while. I'm, a little bit under the weather, so my mind is not working as, as sharply as I'd like it to. I don't even know sharply is a appropriate adverb right there, but either way, there is a debuff that these enemies can throw a net on you to make it so that you can't attack, and I was confusing that because, they say get him and bear is going to grab you. I thought they might make it so I couldn't attack, which would be devastating. So I really considered the Ancient Potion, but then I remembered, no, this is not the group of enemies to do that. So it's just you can't block as well. But when we kill 2 out of 3 on the first turn, we don't care. So we got some money. Then we get Red Mask, which is just so nice. It's just applying weak to all enemies is great because, again, we want to kill things quickly. We don't block a lot. So this just helps us a little bit more defensive. And we get to add a card. So this is upgraded, and I know it's a defensive card, and I can overvalue defensive cards like this because I get a little bit too scared sometimes. But I'm going to tell you what, one of these is great. I mean, 16 block that you can hold back for when you need it is enormous. And I really tilted our deck to be mostly offensive. This is really good, especially if we get into Calm. We bop him in the face, leave Calm, get some extra energy, that kind of stuff. Crush Joints is also great. What card do we have? We have Follow Up, okay, which is ridiculous with our ice cream cone. But the fact that this is upgraded, I just like it. All right. Oh, and we get a chest. Okay. So, we have no keys yet. I'll take the blue key. Not great at the heart, but I am going to continue to try to show the heart fight, even if we lose. It's fine. Now, where do we want to go? I'm going to take the elite first. Alright, so this fool wants to stab us. This guy's a jerk, but we did weaken him. Okay, so how do we want to beat this guy? Oh, I want to erupt really badly. But this is going to be a long fight. And by long, I mean it might take me 3 or 4 turns. So I can't be in Wrath for this whole time. So instead, what we need to do is we're going to follow up. And we're going to reach... Oh, I did that wrong. I needed to play Reach Heaven, then follow up. My sequencing, I apologize, I'm off. I thought it was follow up and then Reach Heaven, but of course you follow up with follow up. Derp. Alright, so I did less damage than I got less energy out of that turn than I wanted. But at the end of the day, we're going to block for a ton right here. Now, I am going to use my regen potion. One of the things you have to worry about with the Watcher and a regen potion is trying to get full value, because regen gives you 5 regen, which heals you, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 over the course of 5 turns, but sometimes fights don't last that long, and you don't get the full value. This is a fight that's a little bit longer, so we get the initial 5 heal from our Ornithopter, and then we will heal, but he will hit us, and we will take 3, so this should work out. Now it procs before he hits us. Okay, so we do end up losing some, I think 2 hit points difference. It's okay, though. All right, so check this out. He wants to do 12 damage to us. We can hold this back. It's great to see this. Do I want... Okay, I'm going to Vigilance. And we're going to Inner Peace. And the reason you Enter Peace is to get something like this. Like, we're going to save our energy. We're going to block. We will take some damage, but we'll heal it. But you want to get some retain cards in. Now, I could play this. Block for full. Exit the stance. Yeah, actually, this is great. Sometimes I wasn't looking at this up front, because one of the things with Calm is you want to save it for the right turn to leave, but with the Ice Cream Cone, we don't care. So we just bounce out, we get 2 energy right here, and we can use it now or later, and now we're healing for full. What I'd actually, what do we have available to draw? Yeah, there's a Through Violence, there's a Protect. There's a bunch of retain cards right here, so I think Scrawl is actually worth it. Yeah, so we got all the retain. And I'm just going to save an energy and end the turn. So we're at full health. He wants to do 18. I think we crescendo. And 46, 46, 80. We almost have enough to kill him. Almost. But we just empty body. And we'll be fine. We will take damage if we do that, though. I guess I could save. This is a retain. Okay, yeah. 1, 2. Double damage there, of course. And then we just do this. And then, why did I take this card? So you can have a turn like this. Against a Book of Stabbing. Take 0. This will make this cheaper, and, yeah, he's dead. So, all we have to do right here, let's see, 1. Then we have 46 plus 18. Actually, no, we don't kill him right here. Okay, well, we'll just build up. No problem. So we'll Vigilance. Empty body. And... actually, if I play this, I go to 3. No, it's not quite enough. I need just a little bit more. Alright, we are going to end up taking some damage here. That's okay. I'm going to save my energy. Okay. Alright, so all in all, killing the Book of Stabbing with 6 health left is just... only taking 6 is really fine. Get some money, and hey, I said I wasn't going to go into Mantra, but here we are. This is interesting. It could pull us in this direction. So the Damaru gives you 1 mantra, at the start of your turn. And when you get 10, you get Divinity, which gives you a bunch of energy and you deal a bunch of damage. So it's very good. Which one do I want? We don't need follow-up. Empty Fist is just, I love it. Love it. Damage and exit stance, very nice. Okay. Here we go. Alright, here we are fighting the Shelled Parasite at this juncture. And what we need to do is actually probably go to this shop. Not because I have a ton of money to buy something great, but because I feel so good about where we're at that I want to take as many elites as possible. When I get into Act 2, you don't have to pick off elites if you aren't feeling good, but if you are, you want to lean into it so you can really, really try to curve out and strengthen yourself for Act 3. Because sometimes in Act 3 you don't want to fight any elites at all. You usually have to fight one, but you have your deck much more solidified by that point. So let's go back. We've got 4 energy. This guy wants to hit us for 8. The Shelled Parasite has this plated armor, so he's going to get this every turn unless we chip away at him. Now he is doing less damage because he's weakened from our mask, which is awesome. And we have some stance emptying cards, but unfortunately these don't do anything for us. Now, you see here that we do get Mantra from our Damaru. This probably won't come into play here, but on some of the elite fights and maybe even boss fights, it could trigger, especially if we get some cards for it. This is a situation where it's like, we can't get through the guy's armor, but because we have the ice cream cone, we can just stand here and take it. We could do nothing and use our Orichalcum to just take 2 damage. We could also defend Empty Body, take 0 damage, and carry over 2 energy. But if we do nothing and take 2 damage, we carry over 4 energy for the next turn. And I like that more because we need to get rid of this guy's armor and potentially even kill him. So I'm just going to go ahead and end the turn. So he's no longer weakened, and he wants to do 12 damage to us. Now, we have a Wallop, which is sweet, but we got to pay attention to the fact that Wallop only gives you block based on unblocked damage dealt. So if I were to do it right now, I would get 0 block because I'm not getting through his armor. So we could Windmill Strike. I know it kind of wastes it in terms of pumping it up, but what it does is allows us to clear all of his armor and then Wallop, block for full, and chip down his plated armor, plus just do some damage to his face. So I am going to do that, and now we fully block. I'm actually going to strike the guy too, just to keep working down his armor there. Now, I could Inner Peace and then Empty Body to basically get an extra energy out of the deal. Wait. Let me think about that to myself. I play this for 1 energy, and then I play this. No, this would just make it free. I would just get the same energy back. And I don't need any extra block, so we'll just go ahead and end the turn. Alright. Now he's trying to do a lot more damage, but luckily for us, we drew this. However, we are the Watcher. So we can Erupt and then Sands of Time and then reach Heaven, and he dies. It costs 7 to do exactly that. So you always have to look for lethal with the Watcher because you're insane damage dealing. So we do this. And we do this. We do that. And we get a potion. This is another reason, I should have mentioned this before, but one of the reasons I was so eager to use potions and I maybe was like a little bit potion happy earlier on, is because you always have to have room for a potion to really, really take advantage of the Toy Ornithopter. And now we have an extra healing and we can do some damage. What do we want? Good stuff here. Upgraded Third Eye is great. I'm a huge Fear No Evil fan, though. The reason I love Fear No Evil in this deck is because of the Ice Cream and the power of leaving Calm to get that extra energy that we can carry over. So I'm going to take Fear No Evil. Now remember, we're going to take the shop so we can go fight the Elite. We have a little bit of money. Can't afford Panache, which I always like the card. Mummified Hand would be sick, although, don't really need that. Bottled Miracle is insane for us. Actually, though, we have exactly enough for this. I think a Brilliance with our Damaru is nice because it's at minimum 1, and so you're just talking about 1 energy for like 13 or 14 damage that then doubles. I'm going to go ahead and get it. I love that. It's so efficient. Take this chest right here. Okay, we already got the... This is great. Nunchaku is great with our Ice Cream. It also kind of perhaps incentivizes us to get some really cheap attacks like that Brilliance or whatever. If you have some zero-cost attacks, for example, it really starts to snowball this. And when we get that extra energy, sometimes with Nunchaku, like, you get it with the last attack you want to play, and then the energy just is lost. But with our Ice Cream, we'll never lose it, so this is a cool thing to get. And we've got to fight the Slavers. Okay, so this is unfortunate. These guys are a big bunch of jerks. However, we have some cool stuff here. So what I always like to do is try to take out the weakest one. This guy in the back is the biggest jerk, and he only has 1 more hit point than the guy in the front. So we're going to try to focus down this slaver here. Remember, follow up. I'm not going to make the same mistake I made last time. We need to play an attack first to get the extra energy from it. So we can hit. Follow-up turns yellow, meaning that we will get that energy back. And then I can strike and fire potion to kill the slaver exactly, which is very, very helpful. Now, what's cool is we can actually inner piece and empty body. So we'll carry over that 2 energy. We get 1 more block than if we used our Orichalcum. We are taking damage. There's nothing we can do about that. These guys are jerks. It was actually 25% less, though, because of our awesome red mask. All right. So now what can we do? All right, we have some really, really good options here. I have 6 energy. I can erupt and wallop. That will be 28 plus 12, 30, 40 damage. And then strike to finish this guy off. And then empty body to get out of wrath. So we're going to erupt. We're going to wallop. And then we're going to strike. Yeah, sure. Actually, there's really no reason to exit wrath. I'll keep the extra damage. We have the block from wallop. So let's just keep the damage. We could kill this guy this turn easily with our cards. Look at Brilliance. Hi, I'm 1 energy for 36 damage. That's why we took this card. Because, you know, we have +3 and then it doubles with Wrath. So, hi. Good night. Okay. Oh, we got so lucky. I've been looking for this in the shops too. So the White Beast statue guarantees that we get a potion at the end of every combat. So with the Toy Ornithopter, this is like healing for days, and we get a potion here, of course. So boom, 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 we get a Snecko oil. Okay, so I think it's actually worth us getting a Prostrate Plus even though it does have reverse synergy with our Orichalcum, it's only 2 block difference, but the 3 mantra with our Brilliance and with our Damaru could make a difference, so I'm going to get this. Now, I will tell you this, just as I've been, working on this. Let me push D to open up our deck here. The thing is, this is a low Ascension level. So this is only, as you see at the top, Ascension 1, so we just have more elites. My deck has some riffraff in it. It's not perfect. I've got some extra cards that I don't need, that we've got some bloat, is what I should say. I've just been kind of taking fun cards that I think will be effective, and the reason I'm telling you that is because Prostrate might not be the most efficient card to take right here, even though it does synergize. You don't want to, act on all synergies that you've got if it will distract from the focus of your deck for killing the enemy. You can compensate for a card like this with lots of card draw, and we do have Inner Peace and we have a Scrawl, so we have some of that, but it can be, at least for a player like myself, I can get overwhelmed with all of my relics and be like, oh my gosh, look at this synergy I've got, this combo as well with this, and then you have all of these kind of combos that dilute your deck, and then you never really get them at the right time. So you need to narrow your focus especially as we get later. But now I think this will be just fine for us, and I'll take it. Okay, what's our choice? We could take a fight, or we could go to the question mark. And I'm going to go to the question mark. Why is that? Because we've got the Juzu bracelet, and remember, hallway fights get increasingly more difficult as you get into the tier 2 thresholds. And how many hallway fights have we had so far? 1. Actually, we've only had 1. And the Juzu bracelet has kept it at that, but we will have 2 here. So what that actually could mean for us, though, is that we just get easy peasy hallway fights, which I'm fine with. I'm going to go here. Okay, well, this is kind of ridiculous. We're going to go to the shop just to see. Now, if there is something, it's worth mentioning, if there's something you're really, really looking out for and you don't have the money for it, you can skip the merchant if you want so that you don't see what they have. Because to the best of my knowledge, how this works is if you go to the merchant and you open it up and you see something, then you can never see that again from a merchant. So I think also you can never see it again in terms of relics in the game. Not cards, but relics. So if there's a relic you want and it shows up at the merchant and you don't have money, then for your run, you're SOL. You're not going to get it. So if you wanted to protect yourself against that happening, you could skip. I'm going to look, because there's nothing I'm obsessed with drawing. Of these options, is there anything that I want? I could pick up a potion if I want to heal, or if I want to plan for the boss. Energy Potion is such a slam dunk for us. I'm going to get it. We're going to go here, and what's cool is we've already lifted to our max, so we're going to upgrade a card. Now, what card do we want to upgrade? Demoform, if we upgrade it, it no longer is ethereal, which is really, really nice, but to be honest, I don't care that much about it. I only want to use this card in boss fights, and so the fact that it's ethereal could actually help me. I don't draw it again. And in a boss fight, I will always prioritize playing this, and we have 4 energy, so there wouldn't be a situation really where I couldn't play it. So I'm fine with it. Let's look at some cards that really shine with an upgrade. So, for example, something like Eruption only costs 1. That's huge. Brilliance just makes it do more damage, which is cool. Don't get me wrong. Wallop, also more damage, more block. Very nice. Reach Heaven, a little extra damage. Scrawl becomes free, which is gross. Sands of Time, more damage. Windmill Strike, more damage on keep and retain. Very good. Vigilance, further block right here. Inner Peace, that's already upgraded. Empty Fist, look at that. 5 extra damage. Ooh, that's gross. I'm going to do Eruption, though. I love the extra energy. It really helps us with the ice cream. Anything like that is beautiful. All right. Now, I'm actually going to take a hallway fight. This is not a easy hallway fight. But That's what we got. Before, remember, we just had a shell parasite. Now we've got this guy with it. But because we're guaranteed a potion with the white beast statue, we get to use a potion and then heal a little bit in this fight and then gain a potion. So I'm going to drink this right here to give us a ton of energy. Now, if we kill this guy, he will basically, he puts this spore cloud to apply vulnerable to us. We could ancient potion to get around that, or we could just not care. Let's see. Strike, wallop. Yeah, I'm going to go, I'm going to leave this guy around for a turn. I'm going to strike. We got an extra energy from a Nunchaku. We're going to then wallop. We fully block these guys, so we're just going to end the turn. Alright. This guy is going to buff, so what we want to do is try to take this guy out if possible. Okay. I'm going to erupt. And he is going to attack, so we can enter calm. But first, let's just go ahead and do this. And then this. And I don't actually think I need it. We take damage. Unfortunate, but it's okay. Alright. So, strike. Follow up. Strike. We're going to take 9, except we're not because we will protect. Are there any retain cards that I want to pick up? Actually, there's 2. There's 3. So I'm going to play this to get them, and we got 2 of them. Okay, we can just win right here. That's fine, too. So, through violence is just 0 damage for 0 energy for so much damage. Ooh, Power Potion is great for the boss. Perfect. And we got a rare card choice. I love Tranquility. Do we want to just lean into Mantra? Yes. More than this? I can't say no to a judgment. I like it. We don't have enough money. We could get shamed, but I'm okay with not being shamed. We'll go here. Now, the nice thing is we can upgrade our judgment to be 40, which makes it really, really strong. It's just like, get out of here for minions. Alright, so here's... Oh, I said this guy was... I always do that. I always say he's the chosen when he's the collector. We lucked out, though, because we got Deva Form right away. So we just play it here in the beginning of the fight, and just... we play this, get some mantra, too, while he's doing nothing. We will play this, and... Oh, my goodness. This is so funny. Okay. This fight's over. Alright. Well. So, we played 2. We have 2 Deva Forms going. So we are insane. So I kind of snap upgraded Judgment, and I didn't explain it fully to you, but Judgment is a card just for me based on use that is so much better when you have 40 or less, and you could see how now, because it's 40 or less, I can just spend 1 energy to kill either of these guys, which is phenomenal. Okay, so let me judge this one. Erased, and then I'm gonna erupt on this guy and strike him. Then inner piece. Then empty body will block for full and get the extra energy and end the turn. So we're looking for Scrawl. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do in this situation. I need more. I got so many empties. And this is just kind of something you pick up as you play the Watcher. You just get a feel and a ratio or a proportion of how many enter stance and how many exit stance cards you feel like you need. And I love exiting cards because I hate getting stuck in a stance. But as you see here, maybe it's just a draw, but I've perhaps trended so far that way that I needed maybe one or two more enter stance cards. Either way, this is no problem. So we'll strike and finish this guy. Then we can wallop. Let me do this. And then wallop. And normally I would save my energy, but you're going to see that energy is never going to be a problem in this fight. This is scaling up. Not my mantra, but my Deva form. So you can see that every turn this is going up by 2, which is ridiculous. So let's see. This is a block, and this is a full block. Don't normally get this full block against a guy like this. Okay, perfect. This is where I wanted something like Scrawl. So we're going to... Well, it's not perfect, but it's okay. A lot of these cards are retain. I'm playing this card not because I want to use energy or be in calm, but because I want to free up space for Scrawl. And then now what we can do is... I'm just going to do a ton of damage to this guy. There's no reason not to. Here we go. 46. 44. That's for you. We have exactly enough to kill this guy. Isn't that hilarious? Like, the Watcher is just so insane. You know, I didn't even retain these things or wait. It's just goodbye. The combination of the double Deva form there with Scrawl and just waiting around, I mean, it's so good. The Watcher is so hilarious. All right, so we got a speed potion. We got a bunch of money. And what do we need from this? Well, this is not good. I don't really ever want to play cards that say you die next turn. And then, even though it's funny, it's just no thank you. So this, you draw it and you add miracles. This is actually quite nice with our ice cream. But devotion and our Damaru, I think is nice. I think it works out well. You do have to play this. It's a bit slow. But in Act 3, the fights are going to slow down a little bit. And Divinity might be exactly what we need to win. It is another stance, by the way, that we can go into and leave. You don't really typically want to leave it, but you can. So I'm going to take it just to surge into having an extra way to do damage. Of these choices, the Violet Lotus is very good for us. I do not want Sozu because I've got the Beast statue. And I've, got the Toy Ornithopter. So I'm working on potions. I don't want to lose potions. This is good, the Black Star. But at the end of Act 2, it's not... There's only one act left, really, for me to fight elites. If I go fight the Heart, well, okay, fine. But what this means is, I maybe get 1 or 2, maybe 3 extra relics. But this is so good because we have the ice cream, so it's just extra energy for us. It's fantastic. All right. We're going to fight the Time Eater. So the Time Eater is a fight that we are going to just patiently build up a bajillion energy on that guy, and then go all in and take him down in a couple of turns. That's the game plan. And we will get into that next time. Everyone, thank you so much for watching the resumption of this series, putting up with my head cold. I don't even know if resumption is a word. It sounds like, I have resumed the series, I guess. But I really, really love the game. I want to continue just trying to break down my thought process as we play and escalate through the Ascension levels so that you can see the game get harder and harder, and the way that your decisions and your mindsets have to slowly shift and evolve when the margins for error shrink. Again, thank you so much for watching, everyone. I'll check you in the next one when we take on Act 3. Take care.